Hello everybody, welcome to Season 2, Core Values in Action. Mr. Naraki here, Principal of AMSA, and I'm here with two great guests. I have Anand Sinha, Senior here at AMSA, and Co-President of our Diderot Society, and Nathan Hardy, Co-President of our Diderot Society, also a Senior. They're both rocking their senior shirts. They're very bright, very nice. So we're here. First question, Diderot Society. How did it all start? What's it all about?
So what the Diderot Society is about is we're drawing on AMSA's core values of community and excellence, and we're trying to introduce this philosophical-based society to a STEM-focused school so that we can offer more opportunities to the students here. We engage in philosophical discussions. We discuss morals, ethics. Primarily, we're discussing philosophies of the past in order to determine how to approach contemporary issues. And what we're trying to do with this, what our main purpose is creating active and informed citizens.
The basic structure of the Diderot Society was this idea of having 5 pillars to kind of build our society off of. Having a pillar of a discussion group where kids can gather, again, learn about different schools of thoughts and apply that to contemporary issues. And then we also brought in the concept of having a podcast and also a journal where we could discuss a bunch of different academic things.
We have a colloquium night coming up this December, which we will give the exact date for later on, but we're hoping to have faculty give talks at it and also potentially one student. And then we're planning on having a TEDx event later on in the spring, and we'll discuss that and release more information on that later on in the year.
Is there a theme that you have in mind for the colloquium night?
So our theme is inequality, good, bad, or something else.
In America.
Good, yeah, inequality in America.
So we're not trying to label what inequality exactly is. This is all up for interpretation by the speaker, but it has to be associated to America in general.
Yeah.
So it could be racial inequality, economic inequality.
Tell me about some of the discussions you guys have been having at your meetings. You meet every Friday after school? So I understand today is a discussion about Mount Everest.
Yes. Yeah.
So what's that about, for example?
So with Mount Everest, it's a very interesting debate. You find a lot of amateurs are trying to climb Mount Everest, and it's a question of, do you allow anyone and everyone to climb Mount Everest if they wish? This is actually going back into a larger overarching theme we've been starting on for this year, utilitarianism, and the idea of what is good, what's best for the most amount of people. And another theme we've talked about is, whether it's good for the entire population to watch The Simpsons or read Shakespeare, right? Do you decree that they have to do one or the other if they have the choice to do something?
Just because we have the subjective view that Shakespeare is more informative than The Simpsons, is it justified that we project the Shakespeare's works as more important than The Simpsons, or is that all up for debate? In the Diderot Society, we're fundamentally trying to draw from the wisdom of the past in order to make well-informed decisions in the current era and in the future. We believe it's necessary to draw from the humanities of the past in order to truly understand what we're dealing with in the modern world.
So how do you join? Is it too late to join? Possibly this year. We're nearing the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we've decided that we're going to keep it open for any student in the grades 10 to 12. And of course, if anyone is still interested in joining, you can approach either me or not, or even Mr. Hill or Dr. Lewis.
We have Dr. Lewis and Mr. Hill both giving presentations every Friday explaining the philosophies of the past. It's very well structured, very impressive. We're learning a lot every single Friday.
So last question, who is Diderot? Why is it named Diderot? Who came up with that name?
He was a French philosopher who was very famous during the Enlightenment period, which we all know to be the time where Europe really went through a period of rationalism and philosophical thought. And again, came up with the idea of the encyclopedia. He really pushed for the idea of making sure that anyone can engage in intellectual debate. And I think that's really what we formed the club on, the basis of the idea that anyone can join and anyone can step up to the same intellectual level of an Enlightenment philosopher.
Well, thank you guys. This is a great interview, very informative, and I think it's safe to say that this Diderot Society ties directly into our core values here at the school. So students in grades 10 through 12, please keep your ears and eyes open for opportunities to join. Parents, if you're watching, please feel free to encourage your child to join as well.